And welcome on in. How are you all doing? Happy 1000 almost days, since technically it's on March 17th, but still, happy 1000 days of Brown Dust 2. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to start off my video with something a little special, you know what I'm saying? So here it is. So, how are you guys doing? Welcome on in. And I know. Why am I playing it in JP? Well, there's a reason for this. So, in case you guys don't know, the video for it, for, well, hold up. Give me a moment. But yeah, for the video for it, however, for us over here in the States was taken down. So, yeah, that's why. So I ended up having to find. Well, actually, I didn't find. Somebody posted a link in the Reddit. I know. Thank God for Reddit, right? So somebody posted a link that it was still up on JP's Twitter site. So that's actually where, if you want to watch the live stream for yourself, right? You can't find it there. I'll post the link in my description below in case you guys are interested in it. Um, so basically, what I'm gonna have to do with this in order to cover the developer notes, since I wasn't awake at 5 a.m., right? Um, I'm gonna go back and forth between the dev notes and the live stream, but I'm only gonna be showcasing some things from the live stream, because when I did watch the live stream, guys, yeah, I could see why YouTube's end had a lot of issues with it for a lot of the spicy content, because you know how Brandis 2 is, right? They love to deliver us the spiciness of the game, which obviously I love, and a lot of other people love too. So I did see that. Now I myself can showcase, unfortunately, to you guys, Olivier's skill cutscene, or not skill cutscene, but her fated guest scene or interactions that they were doing, right? Or I should say, showcasing. And I can't show you the changes on my video here that you're watching now of Zenith's, what they added to it for her prestige skin. However, um, I am going to be posting the screenshots that I took from the actual live stream itself. I'm going to post it under my YouTube post, okay? Not videos, under the post, okay? Now, if YouTube does decide that they take those down, however, you can just then go on the Reddit site and just, try and find, because believe me, people are posting it, okay? But I just want to make it easier because, like, I can't showcase it in my video that I'm making here now. However, I can just try. I could try to post the images on my YouTube post, so they'll all be there in one post for you guys to view, and you don't have to go perusing through Reddit to try and find them. Okay, but we'll see what happens with it. Okay, but yeah, you can find it there then. And anything else I want to say before getting started? I don't think there really is, other than the fact of what I just said. So, with that being said, if you're new to my channel, welcome on in. If you're new to Brown Dust 2 in general as well, welcome on into. And in case you guys want any news, updates, showcasings, etc., story content I upload, then you found the right place, because I love Brown Dust 2 and I love doing content on it. But with that being said, like and subscribe, and let's hit it. Okay, guys. So we're gonna first off start off with the dev notes here, introducing what's going on. So I'm just gonna read this just so that we can start off, right? So time share has flown by. Feels like the game was only just released. For this update, we chose Sky Lanterns as the theme to celebrate the wishes and memories we've shared with our fans over the past 1,000 days. Thank you sincerely for being with us throughout the 1,000 days. With that said, let's take a look at what's coming in this update. Okay. And oh yeah, by the way, before I get it started, so yeah, just in case you guys need further evidence that the video was taken down, here it is. Well, it wasn't taken down. It's just in private mode, but still, you can't view it on their channel. Okay, just in case you guys are like wondering, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, let's hit it now. Okay, so here we go, guys. So here's the new story pack 20. Yes, this is the introduction to a new character as well, which we'll get into. So I'm going to read it here, okay? And I also have my roadmap myself that I have to remind me of where to go and what to showcase here, safely, so to say, without my video being sniped off YouTube. you know? Okay, guys, so Into the Abyss. Story Pack 20, Into the Abyss follows Justia and her party as they journey through the night world. The story pack unlocks after clearing Story Pack 19. Please also note that the first-person story we mentioned previously will begin in Story Pack 21. So basically, Story Pack 20 is like the last stat we'll ever see of, you know, the JRPG style, basically, of Brown Dust 2's main story. Okay? Now, mind you, it's only the main story. The character pack stories are still going to stay the same way. Okay? So keep that in mind. So after entering the Night World, Lucius' party arrives in Tados, the land of the undead, while searching for Iviloa's traces. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. The group discovers the Black Gallery, where relics and paintings from the Night World's history are put on display. So here it is. I'm going to be honest. I was very impressed by the atmosphere that they chose for the map design on this. So, like, it does have a very eerie vibe to it and very haunting, aura about it. And I really do love it. I mean, even the outside of the map too, which goes into the mansion, it looks like, right? But yeah, honestly, they did a really good job with the atmosphere in it. That's why I love this story in the first place, because it always had like a dark type of theme to it, And this just showcases more of that. Okay, so determined to continue their pursuit of Iloa, oh my god, Iloa, they step into the Black Gallery without hesitation. So here it is, right? Inside, they encounter Palette, the 12th Reverie, who resides within the gallery. She's been filling the halls of the Black Gallery with her mad and unsettling paintings. So in a lot of ways, think of it like Caravaggio. That was the vibe I was getting when they were describing her, and also when it is actually safe to showcase her skill cutscene, because I'm not gonna stay on it, however, but I'm gonna showcase it. Okay, so you'll see what I mean by this. Okay, so here is Mamonir. Okay, so this is the art for Mamonir. Even when it comes to Tados and the Night World, there's one character who can't be left out. Mamonir will also be making an appearance in Story Pack 20. So obviously, the undead that she's in charge of, right? They're there, doing a lot of things to her, right? Okay, so here's another image of her too. She's coming out of the painting, It's like the ring, right? In the in the TV. We hope you look forward to the story between Palette, who was once an ordinary undead before becoming a reverie, and Mamonir, the former ruler of the undead. Okay, so with the story pack's main stage shifting to the Night World, a new map of this realm will be added. The Night World is composed of several regions. So Tados, the land of the undead, Ganer, the land of the demons, Risil, the land of the succubi. I believe this is Torre, the land of the vampires, and Revin, I believe that's how you pronounce that. Revin, the land of the fugitives. So there you have it. So this is the showcasing of the new map. I mean, I believe they actually did. They did actually showcase this. I think it was like during that live stream back in January. When the entire issue happened with censoring, or what was gonna happen with it. They actually did showcase the map itself. So looks like we got a little bit more detail with it now. So this actually looks like the function then switching between the world maps then. So I'm assuming at least that's what this means. So like you can go back to the original map, right? With story pack, the earlier story packs, and then this is the Night World. So you can just switch back and forth. At least that's what I believe this is indicating. Okay, so here is the new character introduction, the Shattered Dream Palette. So here she is. Now, before you say anything, we're wondering like why is she covered up? What's going on with that? Well, guys, there's a reason for this, okay? So let's read it. This is Shattered Dream Palette, the 12th Reverie, a brilliant painter driven by madness. Palette is an artist who expresses the deep darkness and anxiety within her through unsettling paintings. Shattered Dream Palette specializes in extending the duration of debuffs already applied to enemies. So in a lot of ways, seeing this, right? Just reading this in itself, I'd say some DOTs are really going to be hitting hard with this one. You know what I'm saying? So, like, extending those durations, right? And even like, defense reduction and magic resistance reduction on enemies would greatly help, too, with this extension now. So, I'm really very much looking forward to her. And also, from what I read of her banner, and here's some more spicy art, which, like I said, I'll showcase it. from what I saw of it, let me see it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, duration of the extension of, sorry, I was checking what I had, what was on my itinerary for this. Because believe me, I always write an itinerary when I do videos like this. Because this is a long one. Okay? So, buckle up for it. Okay, so, yeah. This would greatly benefit a lot of those that apply debuffs. So, very much looking forward to it. I forgot what I was going to say right now, though. But yeah, let me go and showcase what they had with the skill cutscene. So, I believe it was this time. Yeah, let me see. Hold up. Okay, yeah. So this is the uncensored of it. So if you want to pause it real quick in the video, because I can't risk it with YouTube here, feel free to. Okay, so this was the new costumes that were being introduced. So here she is. Yes, that's why I said, like, underneath her is where you see the goods. Okay, so I'm gonna showcase her real quick. So here you guys go. Now, mind you guys, it's if you hear the commentaries, it's gonna be in Japanese, because obviously this is JP. But enjoy her skill cutscenes. Okay.
皆さんのお楽しみのコスチュームの紹
新
介でご
コスチューム
ざいます。
についてです。
これが目玉ですね。
네, 그러면 다음 내용 볼까요?
絵を見てくれない？君の評価が知りたいんだ。
あ、パレット。
うん。はい。
でかくない？
です。
네.
はい。
あれでか。
身長も高いし。
So obviously you do see that, yes, she's covered up, right? From a lot of the gathering to this, she seems like the type to be shy, but at the same time, she's very, very, like, you know, you can just tell, like, she's not right in the head, so to say. And you're gonna see further with this too. But as for design wise, I really do feel they nailed the entire, like, color scheme of her. First off, the eyes themselves, I believe, besides, like, I know her assets, right? Besides the boobs and you know, her pretty thick build, I really do think and feel that these eyes actually are really a lot of her stronger suit. And you're gonna see the rest of it in the skill cutscene as to why I'm saying this. But yeah, these eyes were really well done in the animation. So let's take a look at it.
身長も高いんだ。
それもまあいろんな意味ででかいキャラです。
そのこうおどおど系かと思ったらそのその
おどおどしているのが可愛いですね。
ねえ、びっくりしたな。
벗으면 전혀 음침하지 않은 것 같기는 한데.
Okay, so you see how her eyes change? You see that? Like how it changed instantly? I know, right? Just try to pay attention, guys, okay? Try to pay attention. But you, like, see her eyes change really quickly here.
びっくりしたな。
벗으면 전혀 음침하지
So you see how they change here? You see them, right?
않은 것 같기는 한데. 네.
陰キャラです。とにかくまあその直定としてはですね。
So that's what I mean when I was saying that. So we're gonna go further in here. If you want to pause it, okay? Just so that YouTube doesn't snipe me. And then now we're gonna go into her actual skill cutscene itself, where we actually see it. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so this is it. So you see how the eyes change? Okay, if you want to pause it, take it in. There it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now we gotta move on. But yeah, do you see how, like, her eyes change, right? I really do believe they really did a fine job with displaying that madness of hers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's got the paint all over her, right? At least we think it is. Okay, but yeah, it is paint, guys. Okay, I'm joking when I say that. Okay, so it is paint. Okay, guys. But yeah, that's what I mean. I'm actually very excited just to roll for her, just to have her. You know what I mean?
の話でした。
Like, look at these eyes. You see them? Like, the expressions within them? That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I'm very, very... And yeah, here. Feel free to pause it. If you want to see more of it. There it is. Okay, so, yeah, like I said, I'm very, very impressed by that. So, before we hop into Mamonir here, right? But yeah, so what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on her? You guys gonna go for her, other than her, the looks and the and the debuff that she extends she extends duration of debuffs? I love her, man. I'm really happy and excited to roll for her. So hers is gonna be on March 11th. Okay, so set the date. She is gonna be on March 11th. Okay, so get ready for her. Okay, get ready for her. So now, oh yeah, our team comments here. I paint better when I'm in a naked apron. That's when sparks of inspiration start to surge through my body. I bet it is, Palais. Okay, so here's the Knight of Death, Mamonir. So she is going to be the other one introduced later on, however. There isn't actually a set date for her. Now, like I said, they could have said it maybe in the live stream, but like I don't understand Japanese. But anybody that does understand Japanese, obviously, are going to understand it. Then maybe you'll get a date in there for when she is going to drop, right? But yeah, so Mamonir, there she is, the lovely Mamonir from Brave 9. Okay, so she is finally going to be able to be a playable character in the game. I'm very excited because ever since her first appearance in the Summer Night event, which was their first summer event that they ever had, and then along with the second summer event that they had, she was only an NPC, right? So now she's going to be playable. So this is her design, right? So all the Brave 9, Mamonir lovers are very excited and drooling over her. I know they are, for good reason, by the way. I mean, she has a beautiful design. And I actually did, I started playing Brave 9 actually back in January. I'm still playing it, by the way. I enjoy a lot of their designs, in fact. Still to this day, I really do say they still match up. And she also has some costumes. Like, she actually has a summer costume as well in the game. But let's see here. This is the Knight of Death, Mamonir, a brilliant strategist and the rightful ruler of Tauros. She is the king who once ruled Tauros, the land of the undead, before it was taken from her by Ivilola. Knight of Death, Mamonir transforms for a set period of time. While transformed, she's able to use the skill over and over again without consuming SP, dealing wide area damage that scales with her maximum HP. So basically, in a lot of ways, and yes, I am going to showcase her, the uncensored version, okay? I am going to showcase it. But yeah, from what I'm seeing here, she's basically like Dalvi's Bright Moon costume, because that is actually the first transformation that we have seen of it. Like, she's a Mamonir not Mamonir. Dalvi is the very first transformation. In case you guys haven't unlocked her yet, that's what her ability is. She doesn't consume SP, but I believe it is, however, that the more times you use her skill, though, the damage reduces, though, however. I believe that's how it works. But yeah. So much like Mamonir here, it might be the same way. So like, even though you won't be consuming SP, right, it's probably gonna like reduce the damage that you inflict as you keep using it. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what it's gonna be we're gonna be based off of. But yeah, so there's Mamonir, right? And then let me showcase her skill cutscene for you guys. So here's her design.
特に太ももをもっと押し付けながらもほのかに筋肉が浮かび上がりながらこんな感じでマシュマロのようにプニプニプリプリそんな感じになっています。そして
Beautiful design, right? I love it. Okay, so this is it right here. So let me pick it. I know it's a lot more difficult to do this on like Twitter's end here. Okay, here we go.
HP 経過。ペチン。
はい、スキルカットし
So there it is. There's Mamonir. I know, really badass looking, I gotta say, man. I really love it. See the undead that she summons in the background. Telling you, man, they really did nail it. They really nailed her. I know. I love it, the fact that she still has like the tentacles, like, on her body. But hey, I love it, man. But yeah, so that is Mamonir. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna showcase also an NPC who's also gonna be a reverie. She is one of the reveries. I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, so I do apologize for that. But this is actually her, and yes, I'm gonna showcase the uncensored, so don't worry. But yeah, so this is her, Mamonir. Okay, but there is currently no set date as to when she's gonna be released. Okay, but we are gonna have her. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce this. Nekyndalia. Nekyndalia. Oh my gosh, I can't pronounce that. I'm gonna call her Dahlia for short. But this is her design, and yes, I did say I'm gonna showcase her right now. By the way, so she is the mysterious sixth Reverie, designed around the concept of an automaton. Dahlia won't appear as a playable character in this update. However, you'll have the chance to encounter her. Okay. And by the way, here's the pickup info. Like I said, well, you know what? We'll get into it. Let me just show off Dahlia here. Okay, real quick. So let me see where she's at. There she is. So this is her design, right? Now,
折り紙さん
she does wear a lot less clothing at the bottom. So just for the sake of YouTube, take it all in right now. Okay, you save it, pause it. There you go. Here's some better angle shots. Okay, there you go. There you go. So yeah, this is her.
と言いましょうか。体の中心を貫くあの白い紐が他の羽
So what do we think about her design? Honestly, I love her design. In fact, I was just like gooning over it. Like, like for real, I actually love her design a lot. And it's not just because of her revealing clothing. I don't know. It's just something about her. You know what I mean? She has this aura about her, in my opinion. Like, she has like this white, you know, first off, she has like the white clothing, right? That, I don't know, in a lot of ways, you don't, I don't know, like, because like the Reveries are supposed to be, you know, those that are like really want to kill everybody. I don't know. You know what I mean? They want to overrun, you know, the world that Yusti and everyone's fighting to protect, right? But it's like, it just seems like this innocent type look, right? With her, she's got the frill skirt, she's dressed in all white, right? And then she has her weapon even, but she's one of the Reveries too. So like, you know what I'm saying? Very much different from Palette, you know what I'm saying? And even Mamonir, right? But nonetheless, I love the design so much. Okay, so before you know, YouTube decides to snipe me, let's go back here. Okay, so the pickup info, guys. So pickup info, here it is. So February 25th through March 18th is when new retired Legend Olivier is going to last until. Okay, so you still have some, you still have a lot of days left, in fact. You got 11 days left. Okay, so on March 5th through March 18th, we are having currently Mikaela's rerun banner for Archbishopist, right? And then right now, okay, so March 11th, that's when we're going to be getting Shattered Dream Palette. And also, she's going to be lasting until March 25th. She's going to be added into the Powder Hope shop as well. So until then, we don't know too much of the details or skills until basically they're going to reveal it. Normally, they do it like before or 2 days before, you know. But yeah, so after March 11th, maintenance before April 8th, they are going to be rerunning a Robin Hood Zenith, and it's because of her Prestige skin, which I'll be getting later into this video. Okay, so yeah, she's gonna have another one. So just like in January, right? She's gonna have one now again because of her Prestige skin rework. And then on March 19th, they are gonna be rerunning Reclaim Destinia Sacred Justia. Okay, she's gonna be lasting until April 1st. Okay, so there you have it. And as for the gear, it's the same thing, same timeline as the gear. Prelude, however, is going to be the newest, not Prelude, sorry, that's Mikaela's. It's called Deleno, something like that. That's Palette's exclusive gear. So that'll be the same, at the same time she'll be released on March 11th, okay? So now this is the new season event story, Psych Artist. So I know, right? She's drawing Mamonir. Very talented artist, right? Love this design, man. I'm telling you, I really do. So this is the season event Psych Artist. Tells the story of Palette and Mamonir's past. So this is why I love these type of seasonal events. When they describe like the background of the characters. So much like they did with Blade, Liberta, and Olivier, right? Rest in peace, Olivier's story. But yeah, so much like their stories, I do love the fact that we are going to be getting some more background of them. And we're going to be seeing most likely what happened in the story with them, you know? So after taking in Palette, who loves to paint, Mamonir asks her to restore the damaged works in the gallery, and the two gradually grow closer. Nice. Before long, however, the Reverie's invasion begins, and the relationship between Mamonir and Palette slowly starts to change. Ooh, I see. That's probably because Palette joined as one of the reveries, so that's most likely why. Because Mamonir isn't a reverie. So how did Palette come to be with Mamonir, and how did she eventually become a member of the reveries? Find out at the season event Psych Artist. So we can clearly see, you know, it looks like Mamonir got into a fight with Dahlia here, right? And I don't know, Palette was most likely protecting her or something. But yeah, I am interested to see what happened with their friendship. So here's the Slice of Life stories. So a new set, Slice of Life stories set after Story Pack 20 will be added. So here we have Blade, Tyr, and Liberta. Looks like Liberta got bonked on the head here. Don't know what happened with that. Oh, looks like Tyr did it. So there you have it. Enjoy lighthearted everyday moments featuring Justia and her companions, along with the new allies they meet in the Night World. So obviously Tyr, she is actually from the Night World. Remember that. Okay, if you guys didn't do, I forgot what the story was. It was the one with Sonya and Darian, and I believe when they went to the Night World. Tyr, that's actually where Tyr was introduced, right? So she was actually in the Night World the entire time. So yeah. Okay, so let me go to my itinerary here and see. Okay, so a little bit about the guild raid boss, Morgnia, right? So I gotta say, man, when they were displaying her, they did an excellent job. Let me say that they did an excellent job on her. I'm actually going to see where is it? Because I wanted to showcase it. You know what? Let me just do this instead, because I did take screenshots myself just to have them showcased and just be easier. So here's some of the screenshots of the boss that we're going to be fighting, in fact. I gotta say, man, she's very limber. She's a very, very limber boss, you know? So here we go. Where is it? Oh, yeah, right here. So here's some screenshots of her. So this is her right here, right? And some more screenshots. Yeah, she's stepping on us, right? So there she is. Like I said, man, a very unique boss nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? So she also uses her knees on us, right? So here she has the high kick. She's got the axe kick here. That axe heel kick drop, right? So yeah, very, very limber. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was going to showcase that on the post. Okay, but yeah, so there you guys go. That's an example for the guild raid boss. She's going to be a light type, okay? Now, it didn't say what element palette was going to be, but you can always gather, like, what elements they are, even if they don't mention it. If you normally go and you see who the new, like, guild raid bosses are or who the new Fiend Hunter bosses are, just see what element they are, because normally that's how they counter, you know, like the counter type. So most likely Palette, she seems like she's going to be like a dark elemental type. So that's my guess on it, at least. But yeah, that's how it actually normally works out with that. But yeah, so Morgnia has high magic resistance and uses a unique mechanic that creates a domain on the battlefield, buffing itself while applying debuffs to the enemy. So very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Then we have the Fiend Hunter Rerun, Abyssal Moon Shadow Tanya Dark. Okay, so this is the dark type. Abyssal Moon Shadow Tanya appears again with the dark property. While she has no weaknesses, she features a unique combat concept that introduces special battlefield environment effects during battle. And then there's also the new Fiend Hunter boss, which is called Complex, which is fire. So Fiend Hunter Complex is a new fiend and appears with a fire property. Complex features a combat concept where a domain is activated to apply vulnerability across the battlefield. So very unique looking boss, I gotta say. So yeah, so if you can clearly look at it, right, this is actually I don't know if this is like palettes or who, because damn, right, they got a nice booty. But it looks like they summoned something off the side here, which is an eye. So very interesting boss, I gotta say, right? So it is a fire property type. So I was actually thinking this. I was like, so maybe when Mamonir is introduced, maybe she's a water type, right? That's what I was thinking. In fact, I feel like it would work for her too. If anything, I would say that it would work for her. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? But I have a feeling Mamonir is gonna be a water type, and then Palette's gonna be a she's gonna be a dark elemental type. even though I know it says this is a dark for the rerun for Abyssal Moonshadow Tanya, right? I don't think Paulette would be a light elemental. She just doesn't really seem the sort, you know? But then again, like I said, you know, I don't know. I could be wrong too. But that's my take on it. Okay, so now we also have the rematch with the Frost Spirit. So this was something that they talked about before too as well. They were going to rerun it. Now, in case you guys don't remember, Frost Spirit was a Fiend Hunter boss that was back in the 1.5 anniversary. So there was some sort of bug, I think, they were talking about with the boss that prevented players from, I guess, having fair gameplay of it or something like that. So they're going to rerun it. But instead, what they're going to do is they're not going to allow the like newer costumes to be used on it. At least that's what they said. Just to keep it fair, you know. So any costumes, I believe, like just before the Frost Spirit, not Guild Raid, Fiend Hunter boss appeared. Yeah, any costumes before you'll be able to use before, you know, the Frost Spirit appeared. However, any costumes that were released afterwards. So basically, I would say it's basically when Onsen Blade was introduced and then the two Grenadiers, you won't be able to use any costumes like after those updates happened. So I believe that's what was being said by it, right? So the official hunting period will start immediately without a preparation period. Okay, so Frostbeard can be fought again starting March 26th as a part of a rerun season. To ensure players can use strategies similar to when Frostbeard was previously available, a costume participation restriction system will be applied. As a result, characters or costumes released after the previous Frostbeard hunts won't be eligible to participate. Okay, so yeah. But I think it's showcasing that these are basically the costumes you won't be able to see. Because these are actually all new costumes that were released afterwards. Right? Yeah. So basically they're telling you like these costumes you won't be able to use on this fight. Okay, that makes sense. So they're showcasing this. You can't use any of the ones after. So I was right. Okay, so that's on the agenda for the Fiend Hunter boss. And the, well, there's a lot of bosses, man. A lot of bosses, right? New character updates. So a lot of cover, right? Lots of ground to cover. Okay, so just to go into the main highlights of what I wanted to showcase with this. Let's go and see. Okay, so let's go see this one. This one I can show you guys. So, where was it again? Sorry about that. It was... Oh my gosh, that's actually perfect. This is actually where I wanted to go. Okay, then. So this is actually the follow-up story for Elise. So she is going to be getting her, follow-up story now.
그래도 노력했는데 느려. 약간
がそういうか
So in case you guys want to take a look at it, this is little snippets, right, of Elise. It looks like she's into a lot of the... I gotta say, man, I really do believe Elise is a masochist. I really do believe she's into a lot of that. But hey, man, it's Elise, right? But yeah, here you guys go. I'm going to showcase that a little bit. Take it in before, you know, YouTube snipes me. Okay, so that's what I want to showcase with that. Okay, so be prepared for that with Elise. Okay, so here is the Prestige skin renewal, which you just saw with Zenith, right? Okay, so I can't show you the images. Like I said in the beginning of my video here, I can't show you them, okay? However, I'll post them on my YouTube post. So if you want to see them there, right, if YouTube didn't take them down, they'll be there. And I'll have Olivier's Faded Guest, and I'll have Zenith's, okay? So it'll be displayed there, okay? But yeah, so just for the sake of not, you know, my video getting sniped, I can't show you, sadly. But do know that they are going to be rerunning it, okay? It is going to be rerun, or reran, okay? Now, let me show you basically what it's going to look like when it does rerun. I can showcase that because this is something that I want to just tell you because this is very important. So this is what it's going to show you in the game purchase, like in-game purchases. This is what it's going to show you, right? Now, I'm going to say this. Buy this on their web shop instead, okay? Reason being is because you get mileage points in return for like how many you purchase with this. Okay, mind you, this is a gacha draw, right? However, this is one of these gacha draws that it's worth it considering like how much you get out of it. And now they added more to it, okay? A lot more, okay? They added a lot more to it. But yeah, so get this from the web shop. If you don't know where the web shop is, it's literally right here, web shop. Go to their official site, click on it. It'll take you, you have to sign in, obviously, onto either Google or Apple, okay? And then you just purchase the ticket amount there, okay, depending on how many you go for. Just get it from the mileage shop because you get points in return for it. Because the web shop, to my knowledge at least, doesn't connect, like, you earning mileage points if you were to purchase, like, in-game. Does that make sense? So that's why I wanted to just tell you guys this, okay? It's the same thing with the special skin, which I'll be getting into very shortly as well. So, yeah, just get it from the web shop and don't get it from the in-game shop, okay? That's all I wanted to really say about it, okay? Okay, so I got that covered with the new fated guest. Here it is. I know this is Olivier. I would really love to talk or showcase more, but just know that she is going to be released in the next update, okay? Very spicy scene, I gotta say. It was very... it was very spicy. Very, very spicy. But hey, it's Olivier, right? So, Master meets Olivier, a woman next door who lost her husband early and now lives alone with her only daughter. Previously, we mentioned that references to her husband would be removed. However, we determined that leaving this detail ambiguous could create more confusion. As such, Olivier has now been clearly established as a widow, and we ask for your understanding regarding this adjustment. Honestly, nobody should have an issue with this. That's a silly thing to have an issue with, okay? Of course, we all know the real story behind Olivier for those goated players out there, right? But yeah, so like I said, very spicy cutscene, as you can clearly see, right? Clearly see this. At first, Olivier keeps her guard up, but she gradually begins to open her heart. We hope you look forward to seeing what unfolds between the Master and Olivier. And there you have it. And then existing fated, this is the fated guest story that I just showcased to you, right? Elise, okay? Prestige skin rework for Zenith. Obviously, I can't showcase a lot of it, but this is actually what, you know, was being displayed with this, okay? So they had to put the big sticker on it, okay? So as a Prestige skin introduced during the 2.5 anniversary, we received feedback that certain scenes, particularly the lip interaction and climax sequence, felt somewhat lacking. Based on this feedback, we have enhanced several parts of the presentation. And they did, okay? You see that ass? That ass is definitely getting squeezed, okay? And then here's some more. Obviously, they can't showcase it, right? But like I said, I'll have the images on display. You can check it out there. Okay, then. They also put a mirror image. This is something I don't think they had or currently have. I believe this is something they added, too. Or Gami added, I should say. And then here's the climax scene. Now, they didn't actually showcase the actual, like, you know, animation for it, though, however. They didn't do that. So I don't know how it came out, okay? But I just, you know, saw what they added with the other scenes, however. But they didn't showcase, like, the actual, like, animation for her climax one, though. Okay, so first we've increased the number of lip interactions available on the toolbar. It is now possible to lick the back and kiss the side chest area. In addition to the currently shown areas such as the ears and central region, we've added several more interaction points that allow for various mouth-based interactions. We've also added new expressions and emotions around the chest and enhanced their pose to be bolder and more impactful. Incorporating additional details we originally hoped to portray. For the climax, we further refined the motion and animation to improve the sense of pacing and overall flow of the scene. So there you have it. Okay. Now, purchasing the Prestige skin will also grant the 3D avatar for free. So this is something else I'll get into a little later. But yeah, they are going to have the 3D avatar for the for the Fantasia Square available now. So obviously Zenith is picked to be the new character added for it. To celebrate this rework, the Zenith Prestige skin will return for a limited rerun for 4 weeks starting on March 12th. Okay, guys? So there you have it. And I am going to showcase a little of this too. But here's some images of it too. Let me show you some. I took some pictures just to display them to you guys. So here's some right here. Right, so here's Zenith looking all cute and adorable. Dude, I love how she looks like she's giving sass, right? I love it a lot, man. I'm excited for it. I'm very, very excited. So there you have it with Zenith's and Also, this is the other one for Zenith too, along with it. So like I said, they are adding Zenith, and it's not just her Prestige skin. They are also going to be adding her Robin Hood one. And I know the apple out honestly is very adorable. I gotta say that. Having the little apple on her head. But yeah, so they are adding her. So these are some little screenshots I took, displaying her cuteness. And there it is. Okay. So very much looking forward to it. Very, very much. And by the way, there is something else that they added to that Fantasia square, which we'll get into later as well. Okay. But yeah, so that does it for the Prestige skin covering of it. Here's the special skin. So this one is the new special skin. Guys, I was blown away because I had no idea, right? I had no idea that Helena would be the one picked for this. So yeah, obviously, you know, it is censored, but I'll showcase the 1-4 because it is actually a little bit more safer to showcase on my channel here without me being sniped. So let me go and show you guys her Helena's here. Okay, oh, I know I had to rush through it. I do apologize. I had to rush through it. But here you guys have it. This is Helena's, okay? This is Helena's special skin. It's going to be released on March 26th. This is where it says it. So very much looking forward to it, okay? I know, very different, right? I know. So this is for her B idol, by the way. This is her B idol one. Now, a lot of us use her B idol one a lot. So in all honesty, we're going to be using this skin a lot, correct? I know I'm buying it right off the bat. So here it is displayed, right? Special skin, right? Damn, she's sexy. I'm telling you, man. Helena is doing some side work away from her idol group here. And Gray don't know about it. Gray doesn't know about what she's doing on the side here, as you know, apart from idol work. This is like her pro bono work, right? Making people get, you know. I know, I'm just having fun with it, guys. But yeah, here it is, guys. So obviously it's displayed. You do actually see some areola now. Not gonna zoom in on it too much, but yeah, just you guys can see the areola. Very, very remarkable and well done. I love it a lot. Okay, so let me see. Do I have any? I don't think I did, right? Yeah, I didn't. I didn't take any because I was just. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, let me just show you the images I took instead. This is a lot quicker to do. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the images here. All right. So in case you guys want to pause my video, right? Here it is. Correct. Hopefully YouTube doesn't say nothing about it. Okay, so look very quickly. Yes, 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 yes. You take it in, take it in, take it in, take it in. There you have it. There it is. Like I said, man, she's doing another line of work. She is doing another line of work. Okay, so that is the special skin for Helena, right? So that's Helena's. Now it's gonna be on sale for, and I'll show you the price. It's gonna be on sale for $16.99. Okay. Now here's the thing about this. Okay, here's the thing about this. Now I don't know if like you can get mileage points for just because this is a straight up buy. This is no gotcha, you know, pulling that you have to do like Zenith's. This is a straight up buy. You just go to the shop where the package is, right? And you just purchase it and you're done. That's it. It's a one and done thing, right? Now, as you clearly see, it says special skins are cosmetic only. They have no interaction features effect on combat. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, that's why it's actually a lot less. In fact, $16.99, it's actually less than like, you know, example-wise, like snow breaks or the battle passes for like Nikke, you know, for their outfits. It's a little less. Hey, a little less is a little less, right? So, yeah. Now, obviously, prices might vary between regions of where you live, but for us over here in the States, it's going to be $16.99, guys, okay? So, with that being said, I don't know if it'll be in the web shop where you can just straight up purchase and get mileage points in return for it. So, I don't know that, okay? But I do know that Zenith's is with the tickets now, right? They're tickets, though. So, that's why it might differ. But regardless, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to rock Helena with it because I use Helena for everything, guys, okay? Obviously, she's been the longest running magic buffer for like, for like before Grenadier was like introduced, right? Now you had Medical Club Terese, but like Helena was really like she was like up there, man. She was like the #1 magic buffer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she still is kind of like not like kind of. She still is. She still is. I mean, she supplies that 50% crit rate at +5. So obviously, she is someone I would highly recommend going for. You know. But yeah, so there you have it. That's it. That's what's going down with Helena here. So get your wallets ready. Like, get your wallets ready, guys, if you're gonna be going for it, like I am. Okay. So what's next that I wanted to showcase to you guys on my itinerary here? Okay, covered that. Okay, so yeah. So let's go cover the Yoridori events. This was actually really fun to look at. Not gonna lie. I'm very excited for this one. So, oh yeah. Oh, hold up. Hold up. I'm sorry there, Helena. Okay, this is actually what I wanted to say. Sorry about that. My bad. What's going on here? Oh, it's buffering. I wanted to talk about the timeline here. Give me a moment. I forgot to talk about the timeline. So going back here, right? Give me a moment. Why is this? Just do that real quick. Sorry about that. But let me read a little bit more about this. Special skins are similar to Prestige skins, but without the interaction feature. With this skin, Helena's standing illustration, cutscene, and SD character animations, including idle and running motions, will be changed, and a 3D avatar will also be provided for free. So there you have it. I forgot to say that. My apologies. Okay? Wanted to tell you about that as well. And like I said, 26th, on March 26th, this is when it'll be available. It's a standalone purchase for $16.99, like I said. Now, this is actually what I wanted to say too. So we would like to share our future plans for special skin releases. After this March update, three additional special skins are planned for the 3rd anniversary in June. One of them will be Darian's skin that ranked #1 in the 2.5 anniversary popularity votes, and it'll be distributed for free. Additionally, 2 more special skins are planned for release in August. So basically, right, the timeline that I wanted to showcase here with this was, let me see, do I even have, I believe I took a screenshot of this too. I did my best to try and, oh yeah, here it is. I did my best to try and like get everything here that I wanted to show you guys. But yeah, so here's the timeline for this. So the special skin release timeline. So right now we're going to be getting the one in March, right? And then as for Darian, which is the one that we're going to be getting for free, right? That that was voted on for the 2.5 anniversary poll. And then they're going to have 2 additional ones in June, okay? It looks like June. But then again, this could also release even through July. And then they're going to have 2 more in August. So I know, it's a lot of special skins, right? But because remember, on top of that, they are going to be having at least 1 prestige skin during the summer release, okay? So they are going to have another one. Plus, they are going to rerun the previous ones, because they always do that now, right? They always do that. So you're going to be seeing Eustia's, you're going to be seeing Teresa's. Now, Teresa's, keep in mind, also was a a prestige skin that was also said to be reworked, just like Zenith's. So by then, I'm sure they're going to give us, obviously, the details on that, right? But yeah, so Teresa's was also going to be reworked. But yeah, she's also going to be rerunning, I'm sure. And then they're going to have the new prestige skin as well, which we obviously don't know. But yeah, they are going to at least have 1 more, okay? Like 1 prestige skin during the summer. But as for a lot of the lineups with the special skins, I'm actually pretty shocked at that. That's a lot of special skins. But hey, I mean, we'll see who they're for, right? But there you go. There you have it. In my honest opinion, I think they're worth going for if you want to buy something, just because of the fact they always put a lot of hard work, and also they always showcase a lot more than, you know, you could say other games do. Just being honest. But yeah, I would say they're totally worth going for, though, because obviously Helena is having her areolas shown here, which is beautiful, by the way. I love it. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Faded guest voiceovers. So on March 26th, we are going to be getting Eclipses, Tears, and Ventanas, right? So the follow-up stories for Nebris, Morphia, and Lowen, along with the voiceovers for the Faded guest Angelica, Eclipse, Tear, and Ventana, will all be added on March 26th. So they are going to be having VA along with the follow-up stories for Nebris, Morphia, and Lowen. Okay? Now I'm still kind of surprised that they still haven't found anyone for Sylvia, because Sylvia was not listed on here. And remember, Angelica was released after Sylvia. So I don't really know what's going on with Sylvia's VA. So I don't know. But that is the latest on what they have with this. Okay. Now, it didn't say if it was JP or just KR. So at this moment, I'm going to just assume, because like I said, the live stream is in JP, so I don't know. So who knows? They might have said it's going to be both voiced over in Japanese as well as Korean. But yeah, so there you have it with that. Okay, so here's the Fantasia Square events, which is the Yoridori one, the one I wanted to talk about as well. To celebrate the 1,000th day anniversary, Yoridori sky lanterns will rise above the center of the square, creating a special festive atmosphere. We've also prepared a couple of fun events that you can enjoy in the square. So here you have it, guys. So yeah, they're going to be doing a little bit of a... It looks like you have to catch Yoridori, basically. So the first event is the Catch Yoridori event. Yoridori will appear in the square for 10 minutes at the start of every hour. You'll receive gold as a reward each time you capture Yoridori. You can participate every hour, but daily reward earnings are limited. Yoridori will appear in various forms, so be sure to check them all out. Okay? In case you guys want a little bit of a sneak peek at it, this is what it looks like. And I don't know why the video...
パレットちゃんの筆なんだ。
精霊
報酬受領上、ストーリーキャラクターにドンだけ。今後復刻される
という話です。いう話です。
で協力してローテーションして
時とかあれに
の涙
ですけど、
はい、あ、良いですよね。あ、良いですよ。
Okay, here it is. This is the one I wanted to showcase it for, since I'm talking about it. So here it is.
ね。
色ですけど、ハロウィンじゃないんですね。それでちょっと広場で楽しめるイベントも用意されてます。
さあ、一つ目のイベントはゆり丸を捕まえろです。毎時0分から10分間広場に入るとゆり丸が出現し、捕獲するたびにゴールドを獲得できます。毎時間参加可能ですが、デイリー報酬の獲得には上限があります。ゆり丸はいろんな姿で登場しますので、さまざまなゆり丸の姿をチェックしてみてください。なるほど。毎時0分になったらここに行けばこれができるという。
So you get the idea, right? So this is what it's going to be looking like. So you're just going to be running around Fantasia Square trying to capture her, okay? I think it's pretty cute, man. I really do. I think it's pretty cute. But yeah, so that's going to be starting off with the events. And then they also have this one where you get to... where you get to actually bonk the devs with like a hammer or a whip or a club, it looks like. And yeah, this is actually them. This is actually two of the devs. In fact, they had to go into like a booth to record like I guess whatever they were gonna say. So the second event is the suspicious event statue. So Junhee and Jonghu statues will be placed on one side of the square, and players will be able to hit them using a whip, bat, or hammer. You'll be able to see your personal hit count in real time, along with the server-wide cumulative hit counts. Cumulative, my god. Each hit will trigger voice lines and small bits of dialogue. As the server's cumulative hit count reaches certain milestones, new appearances and dialogue will unlock, so feel free to give the statues a good beating. So this shows them in like, you know, recording what they were going to say, right? So fun fact, Jonghu and I personally recorded the voice lines for this event. We did this as a small way to apologize for the issues that arose earlier this year, including the January censorship controversy, optimization and bug problems, story concerns, and merchandise issues. So I guess this is our way of retaliating here in a healthy way, right? But there you have it. So oh yeah, and in case you guys want to see what it looks like, this is actually what it looks like. I'll showcase it here. No, this is my OBS. And where is it? Oh yeah, here it is.
ディレクターのジュンイさんとプロデューサーのジョンさんを叩ける
開発者銅像を叩けイベントをやります。広場の一角にジュンヒ・ジョンホの銅像が設置され、無知棒ハンマーを使って銅像を叩けます。リアルタイムで自分が叩いた回数とサーバー全体の累積回数を確認できて、叩くたびにボイスとちょっとしたセリフを確認できます。あ、これが回数だ。
今
回数が
10万ぐらい叩かれたんですね。
サーバー
So you see what it says there? So you see like the hit counter and everything. It's a silly event, man, but it looks fun. Okay, so here we have the fireworks display. So the third event is the fireworks event. To celebrate the 1,000th day anniversary, fireworks will be held every 3 hours from Tuesday, March 17th, until maintenance until March 26th. The fireworks can be viewed from a designated location. Players who watch the show will receive a 1,000 day anniversary sticker, so be sure to claim yours. So it looks like it's a limited time thing. So there you go, guys. Okay, you got a lot of days to claim it. Okay, So there you have it, and basically honestly, they look so cute, right? Don't they look adorable? All these chibis looking up at the sky. But yeah, so I believe this is they display it here. Let me see. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna be getting to that, by the way, so give me a moment. Let me see, where the fireworks display at? Okay, you know what? I'll showcase the fireworks display, but let me show you guys this, because this was actually something that, okay guys, hold on to your deco coins, okay? Because Terese, Loen, and Wilhelmina, right, along with everybody else, Ustia, Zenith now, right, they're gonna be giving us now a naked apron and a maid outfit as well. So I know, I'm not joking. You heard right. Okay, so I did showcase you guys Zenith, right? So this is it. So 3 new costumes will be added: a maid uniform, okay, and a naked apron and an outfit covered in cream, okay. So new customization items will also be added, including a maid headband, lace eye patch, lace blindfold, and a whisk, among others. So yeah, I know, right, guys? So I'm saving my deco coins, okay? Because I didn't like go crazy with the splurging. So I'm very excited to see this, and I am going to showcase you guys. Okay, so here it is. Enjoy.
装飾アイテムも新しく追加されます。
まあ SD からもちょっとセクシーを求めるんです。
Dude, look at Wilhelmina breaking it down, dude. Like, she is like breaking it down over there. She's literally like, she's so sick of her duties as queen, right? She needs to let loose. So it looks like she's in like I believe that is the naked apron one for her. Obviously, Loen has the maid one, and then Teresa is covered in the cream.
ね、さすがです。
ちょっとすごい。
Yeah, notice that she also has the blindfold. Wilhelmina. she's experimenting, guys.
ということでデフォルメなら何やってもいいと思い始めてませんかこれもしかして。なんか
そうですね。
デフォルメならもうどこまで行ってもいいやろうぐらいの勢いを感じるんですけど。
うん、多分そういう考え方でやってるんじゃないかと思います。確信します。
Dude, I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, that Fantasia Square honestly is very popular. I love that a lot. But yeah, there you have it with that. Here's some new displays here. So UI, an ID display feature will be also be added, allowing players to show their IDs when taking group photos or videos, making it easier to commemorate the moment. So basically, your gamer tag is going to be over your head. That's basically what that means. Lastly, to celebrate the 1000th day anniversary, your 3D map designer Jaden, Jaden guys, has hidden a coupon somewhere near the lighthouse. So please note that the coupon message can only be viewed after the update. So keep that in mind. Okay. They also have some mini games here, new battle content, Tado's tactical manual. Okay. This is the battle. This is the mini battle content, Taro's tactical manual, which was previously introduced as a tactical puzzle type mode. Similar to the normal difficulty in character packs, Taro's tactical manual is a mode where battles are fought using only the characters provided for the stage, rather than the characters you own, allowing players to enjoy the challenge of solving strategic combat puzzles. You can complete bingo boards by clearing battles, and missions can be completed through winning battles and getting bingos. And mission rewards include a large amount of refining powder and a special sticker modeled after Mamonir, and these rewards can be earned repeatedly each season. So there you have it, some incentive here. That's a lot of refining powder, by the way. That says like 100k, 200k, and then Mamonir sticker. So I am definitely going to be playing this one, because I need refining powder, and also I want Mamonir sticker. Okay, I mean, the goal is only 1 million, but hey. We'll see more about this, okay? Okay, so I believe I covered really more of the important highlights of it. And I'll post, obviously, I'll give you the link in case you guys want to read everything word for word in my description below. And I think there's, okay, so I believe that's all of it. In fact, so that's what's going to cover for the first half of everything. So yeah, other than that, I believe that's really it. And I am going to, there's something I am going to be, oh, no, I'm not done. Hold up. I knew there was something else I needed to cover. Okay, before I get into what they said about the removal of going home here, okay, we're going to say that for the end of the video. We're going to, I know, I want to talk about all the exciting things, and then we'll get into, like, the gloom stuff, okay? So let's not ruin the momentum, right? Let me and these are some quality of life updates. So like, you know how usually like this, for example, how this was like the awakening. Now you can just like simply level everything up at the same time. That's basically what that's saying. Okay. And they added some more too. Like I said, if you want to read a lot of the other up to dates, because I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah. Oh yeah, another important thing I wanted to say about the guild raid. So taking damage will no longer increase Lancelot's gauge. To compensate for the removal of this source, the gauge gained from chain stacks and damage dealt will be increased so that the overall gauge charging remains similar to before. So that's a little bit something different there, okay? And the condition for receiving guild rewards will also be raised. Previously, players could receive rewards by participating in either invasion defense or boss defense, but going forward, participation in both battles will be required to receive rewards. So this went back to the entire thing where there were a lot of players saying saying like they had inactive members, right? And it wasn't fair that, you know, they receive rewards for basically not participating. So this is basically addressing that now, okay? So there you have it. If you want to read more about it here, it'll be in my dev notes. Interactions for the UI improvements, right? So like finding this, for example, was making it easier to find the interaction scenes. So they're going to be basically giving you some, I guess, hints here and there. And also it's going to tell you if like you already unlocked the interaction scene. Like it'll say it right here and it'll be like, you know, you completed it. So basically it'll tell you and let you know that you already found this interaction scene. You don't have to go find it again, so to say, right? That's basically what that's saying in a nutshell. Okay. Okay. Before we get into the new characters, I think, okay, so yeah, before I get into the new characters, because there's something I wanted to address with this, the collaboration. But first, let me talk about the entire new character pack. So this is the character pack, and here are the oh my god, sorry, I'm talking too much without water. But here are the sketches for the up and coming newer characters. Okay, so these are the idle ones, so we don't know who they are, obviously. And you know what, let me also showcase the uncensored images so you can get a better idea. But here they are right here. So there you go. So this is the uncensored sketches, right? Showcasing them. Now, I was thinking in my head, right, that she looks a lot like Liberta, right? The hair color, you know? That's why I was saying to myself, I'm like, there's no way they would release a new costume, right? But then again, the Prestige skin was just a Prestige skin for Liberta's Onsen manager. Remember that, right? So technically, it wasn't a costume release. Okay, it wasn't a costume release. This would be a new costume entirely. So keep that in mind, okay? So this being released for Liberta wouldn't really be that much of a shock if they did decide on that. And mind you guys, when that Prestige skin dropped, a lot of people were very happy. And also, Liberta got a huge, a hell of a more fan base now over that Prestige skin. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was Liberta. But as for everyone else, I'm not sure who this could be. I mean, the hair color is violet. I mean, I don't think this would be Palette. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because they're releasing Palette on March 11th. So back-to-back, you know, Palette costumes. Then again, Olivier was really the only one in Brown Does 2 history that had that done. But because she had like 3 back-to-back. But as for, I don't know if they would do that with Palette. But like the hair color is the same as Palette. So I don't know. But we'll just have to see then. And then as for this one, I think this is Loan. I believe this is Loan. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. I feel like this is going to be Loan. Because I did see a lot of things in the subreddit. And I saw something about, I think it was just fan art, mind you. But there was a lot of people getting behind the idea of like there being an idol Loan. I'm not joking. There was a lot of that being posted online on their subreddit. So who knows? Maybe the devs heard, you know, the fans on the subreddit page about it. I don't know. It could happen. So this could be Loan. It could be Loan. Now this also might tie into the new characters being revealed, and oh yeah, by the way, you see a panty shot here, right? So this is also a sketch, and this hairstyle is also the same as hers. So like I said, I do believe this is Liberta. I have a feeling it is. But I was saying to myself, I'm like, but wouldn't it be better to like release, you know, Vina and Valje? Because technically they were introduced already. But I don't know. They could be summer. They could reveal them for the summer. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, a bikini Vina and a bikini Valje, that would be one hell of a launch and debut for them in the game, right? But yeah, so there you have it with that. Here are the silhouettes of the 3 newer costumes, which I just showed you guys, right? So in all honesty, I'm still saying this is gonna be Liberta. I can't really say who the other ones might be, but I don't know. Who do you guys think? Who do you guys might think that who do you guys think this might be? Because these are going to be the April reveals. So like it says here, these are the silhouettes of the characters that will appear on April 23rd. So that's way out there, right? So who might it be? I don't know. But your guess is as good as mine. I still say this is Liberta. I really don't have a guess for these two. I really don't. I mean, they got the Gyaru socks here, right? I mean, Nibris. I don't know. I would have to do a little bit more thinking on this. But she looks like she's got her hands on her hips. More assertive? Levia? Maybe Levia? I don't know. But I'm going to say Liberta for her. But yeah, that's what I want to showcase for the new characters. Okay. What was this one again? This was... Okay, yeah. That's something different. Sorry, I was looking at what I need to show you guys. Okay, so here's the new world, the map for the Carta City. Okay. Takes place during the same timeline as Contract Wars and Story Pack 7 with Ganar Industries. I think Ganar. Basically where Mikhaila, Luvencia, and Nibris and Seer work, okay? So this is basically connected to it as well. It's the same, you know, timeline and everything. So yeah, very much looking forward to this. It'll so the character pack 9, which will follow the story of struggling magical girls. So probably these are the magical girls that were with Olivier when she was a magical girl in the story, right? So these could be like former ones of her like squad, perhaps. Who knows? It might be. Oh my gosh, you know who it might be? The magical girl wise, I just thought about it. One of them could be Grunhilder. Honestly, it would make sense considering that Grunhilder in the main story, right, fought alongside Olivier, right? So I really would believe if she was Grunhilder. Oh wow. So maybe not Lowen, but maybe Grunhilder? Perhaps? Let's see. Let's see. Let's take a look at it again. I don't know. Could this be Grunhilder? Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's gonna be one of them's gonna be Grunhilder. Like she has an idol costume, but this is a magical girl costume. Two different things, guys. Okay. I'm gonna say one of them is gonna be Grunhilder. I have a feeling one of them might be. I just thought about it. But we'll see. Who knows? Guess as good as mine. Okay, so now I'm going to take a look at the collaboration announcements. Okay, so it's not in the dev notes. Okay, guys, so we're going to have to go to the video. Okay, so let's go take a look at the video now with this. And yeah, we're going to get to the going home and everything later. But I just wanted to show you the going home. This is all the quality of life updates I mentioned with some of them. Like I said, if you want to see more about it with man, I wish I understood Japanese. Oh yeah, this is where they were playing a game actually with the YouTube chat, and they were like, you know, asking questions. Like they were doing that. Man, I really wish I woke up early. Obviously, I know who that ass crack goes to. I know who that booty goes to. It's my girl Blade. That was an instant no for me. I love Blade. I know everything about that girl. Man, I love her, man. I love her. Okay, so here it is, guys. So here is the Collab event rerun. So this actually was not mentioned in the dev notes because I didn't find them in the dev notes. So unless they were hidden somewhere on here, I did not find them. Okay. And also, I'm gonna be getting back to the balance adjustments with that later. But yeah, so here are my dev notes. Here's what they were saying with the collaboration. So it's gonna be happening on April 9th. It's gonna last until May 7th. Okay. So there's gonna be one new character, however, added in this rerun. So the next collaboration that was added, timeline-wise, was Senran Kagura, right? So this is, I guarantee you, going to be the Senran Kagura one. So in case you guys weren't there 2 years ago for it, because it was in 2024. It's actually Senran Kagura was that's actually where I started to do content on Brown Disc 2. It was actually during that. And I do have the story on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. I do have it there. But yeah, so this is going to be rerun. New character-wise, so we have Hikage, Yumi, Yomi, and Yozakura. Yomi was the one that they gave out for free, along with her UR weapon and her SR weapon. And then everyone else you had to pull for. So I'm not sure if they're going to be, like I said, I do not speak Japanese, so I don't know what they're saying. But if you do speak it and you do understand, maybe they do say something about Yomi being, I don't know, a free character again, her SR gear, her UR gear. That could be mentioned in this, right? But yeah, so one new character was being added from the Senran Kagura series, because guys, what other rerun could it be? I mean, Goblin Slayer was the last one, so they're not going to rerun that literally after, you know, they're not going to have a repeat if they didn't do Senran Kagura. Doesn't make sense. So that's why I'm saying, you know, one new character added from Senran Kagura could literally be anybody. So I'm very excited to see who it is. And yes, I am going to be saving for her, because I am going to be going +5 in her. Okay, Senran Kagura, guys. Okay. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about that. Now, we're going to be getting to a little bit about the balance adjustments that were mentioned here. Okay, so this was something that was covered with balance adjustments. So which costumes do you think needs a balance adjustment? Please provide the character/costume name and your reasoning. This was something actually on the survey, in fact, and I filled that out. So the top response was Celebrity Bunny Lowen. Players mentioned that the long cooldown and high SP cost don't feel justified by the damage or versatility, especially compared to physical damage dealers. The second most mentioned was Beach Vacation Eclipse, which honestly I do agree with as well. Despite being a popular character, players felt that the cooldown on Beach Vacation is too long and the overall damage scaling is too low, making it difficult to use effectively, which is honestly correct. The third was Ustia. There were comments that her fixed damage mechanic doesn't benefit from critical hits, which limits her late game potential, and that her other version, Sacred Ustia, has also been power crept by newer characters, which is true. The fourth was Mikaela. Players pointed out that the downsides of her skills, such as HP consumption and defense reduction, feel too risky compared to the damage and utility she provides. The fifth was Anastasia and Elise. Despite receiving several buffs, players felt that their performance and attack range were still too limited for the current meta, leaving them with very few situations where they are worth using. And then they were also additional comments suggesting balance buffs for Dalvi, Angelica, male characters, and collaboration characters. Okay, so the one thing that I'll say about this that I do agree with on this is Lowen and Eclipse. And I do agree with Ustia. I do agree with Ustia as well. Because when you think about the fixed damage, the thing is, Ustia, Alec, and Beatrice are really the only ones that have it. They're the only costumes in the game that have this, right? If you're not including Ventana's Idol one, which is the only costume in the game that does pure damage, which is true. It's the only one that can pure damage any enemy in the game, right? Which is insanely strong, by the way. Pure damage is actually the strongest, in my opinion at least. Pure damage is the strongest, I guess you could say, skill, right? Because, like, it ignores both, because it's basically fixed damage except it crits. That's basically what it is. That's why whenever anybody went up against, what was the apostle name? My god, can't believe I forgot. Nox. That's why anybody that went up against Nox, right, he would always do that AoE field with pure damage, and why it sucked. That's because he couldn't defend against it. It was a one-shot deal. It was done. Like, it was over if you got hit by it, you know? But yeah, so I do agree with that, with what they said about Ustia and her fixed damage. I do agree with it. Doesn't really, I mean, yeah, it doesn't benefit from recrit, right? limits a lot of her late game potential because obviously these enemies these enemies have a lot higher health, right? And also their buffs for themselves can also make them like very insanely like, you know, you hit them one time with like fixed Ustia, like her or Ustia's like any of Ustia's like fixed damage costumes, and it probably wouldn't do anything because they would have barriers and stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Even though it ignores barriers, it's just their health is the thing. So I do agree with that. They would have to make it a little bit more powerful then, if anything. Sacred Ustia, however. Okay, so Sacred Ustia does crit. But I do see some things with her that could be a bit better with her power. Now, the thing is, Ustia can attack every single turn. Sacred Ustia can. And she has an insane AoE field. But I did use her, like, currently, you know, against, you know, like, the enemies now, basically, in PvE. And she doesn't hit as hard. It's true. She does not hit as hard. I think, if anything, just beefing her damage up, basically, would be the best thing to do. And the fourth with Mikaela. Okay, so Mikaela was, I believe, the very first costume in the game that actually had penalties applied to her when using her skill. Yeah, I believe she was the very first one, in fact. Now, the thing was, when Mikaela was her Queen of Signatures, when that was released back in the day, in 2024, she was insanely strong. Like, the thing is, I still use Mikaela. Like, I actually still use her for, like, last night mode still. She does hit hard, but, like, she can go bigger than that. Right? And with the introduction of the buffers now, right, with magic, she can hit higher numbers, but, like, if you're really comparing it with physical damage, how much they can dish out, it's not really close. But Mikaela still can hit hard with her Queen of Signatures when she's buffed. I don't think it's necessarily the penalties that need to be changed. I would just say to just, you know, boost up her damage, and that's really it. Because the thing is, if she's using, like, her HP consumption for her Beachside Justice, her defense reduction, and magic resistance, I should say, reduction being 90%, you know, as long as the damage makes up for, like, losing those, for example, for her two costumes, and even the SP loss for Queen of Signatures Mikaela, like, if the damage actually is, like, worth it, then I don't really see an issue with the penalty. Okay? Like, I don't, at least. That's my opinion. Now, the thing with Anastasia and Elise, now, I don't really use Anastasia for anything because I don't have her builds, nor do I have her plus as much. Elise, on the other hand, okay, so for Elise, for lovely lady Elise, I feel that she's fine the way, in my opinion now, I feel she's fine the way she is because she does reduce defense and she also reduces magic resistance at the same time by 50%. Now, that's a lot, by the way, still, right? And they also ended up expanding her range. So it's basically in the shape of a heart, just like how they did the range for, just like they did oh my god, my mind. The range was similar to Eclipse's bridal costume, right? They did the same thing with Elise now. So she has more of an area to cover with it. Now, as for, like, codename Elise, she can restore SP every single turn for the team. I think it goes up to 4, if I'm not mistaken, when you level up her skill tree. And she literally has, her cooldown time is 1 when you level it up, her skill tree. I think it's just the damage is what people are inferring with. I think that's what people have an issue with. She doesn't do a lot more damage. But the thing is, I don't really see Elise as a DPS unit. I really only use her as a sub DPS unit if I have to. That's what I use her as, you know. But that's just me. Now, I actually did put in the survey for Dalvi's Bright Moon. Okay, so this is what I put for her. I put for Dalvi, if anything, I feel like, because, like, she is lacking a lot. Believe me, she is. If she is very popular still, and we're still waiting for a new costume for her, which I still say we're going to be getting a new magic one of her. I do agree with this. I do say, like, it'll happen. I could be coping, but I do believe that Dalvi will get a new costume this year, along with Vina, okay? But, or once Vina is introduced, we'll have a Dalvi. So it's like the duo. You know what I'm saying? Because in Brave 9, they were actually a duo. But anyway, so yeah, I said with Dalvi that she would benefit if she had Burn apply. Like, if she could apply Burn as a magic dealer. Because right now, Leatrice and Rubia are literally the only 2 costumes in the game. I believe that they're the only ones in the game, I believe, that do anything with Burn. I believe so. I don't think Anastasia uses it, has Burn. I think hers is more along the lines of just one-shotting, right? But yeah, Rubia and Leatrice are the only ones that do Burn. There's no magic that does Burn. So if anything, Dalvi could be a type that does Burn, because like her bikini one, right? Her beachside one, she applies bleed, right? So like Dalvi's Bright Moon could apply Burn. I'm just saying. I think that would be something that, and that's what I put for my, other than Eclipse's cooldown time, which is insane, that 11 cooldown time, right? But yeah, I do believe Dalvi can do that. Angelica, I can say Angelica would need a bit of a booster. I do say that. I do agree with that as well. Hers is just damage. I think if anything, hers is just damage. The thing with her Neon Savior one, that's the only one that does rot in the game, which is her DOT. I never really use it as much. In my opinion, it doesn't do as much damage as I feel it should when it comes to, like, Darian's Frostbite and the burn for, like, Leatrice and Rubia, and how Rubia can I think hers is like, what is it? It's not extending the burn. I think it's just DOT vulnerability. That's what it was. She applies DOT vulnerability, right? So if anything with Angelica, they could add something with either increasing the damage per, I guess, turn with the DOT for her rot, for example, for Neon Savior Angelica, right? There's like a lot of things they could do, like just up the damage, Male characters, see, the thing with male characters, and obviously I don't agree with this when it comes to like removing them, but I know like there's a lot of players out there that I don't think that they would mind, because remember, people want male characters removed from the game, which is crazy. I said it. I think it is crazy that that's a thing. But, like, I don't really know if they would do any buffing for male characters. I do see a lot of them, however, do needing buffing. I do agree with that. Now, as when it comes to collaboration characters, here's the thing with that. I don't believe the collaboration characters need to be buffed. Because they're there literally for like a time, because as we all know, collaboration characters in anything really, they always get passed up at some point. That's just how gacha games are, right? So that's why I disagree with the collaboration character thing. The thing is, I only use Hikage still to this day because of last night mode for the chain stacks. That's the only reason I use her, right? I still use Yumi, right, because for the tower, because she still is strong in tower, right? And Yuzakura and Yomi can be too as well. But, like, I don't really think that collaboration characters in general need to be buffed. But that's just my opinion on it, okay? Because they're collaboration characters for a reason. You know what I mean? But, like, everybody else, I do agree with. And especially with Lowen and Eclipse, I do highly and strongly agree with them. And Dalvi, I do really agree with them. But, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. What are your thoughts on it? What do you think? So, like, in the future, we might see some buffing with them again. So I would say that's a great start with having to do it. And then what power level do you think is appropriate when adjusting the balance of older costumes? One of the choices was strong enough to be a staple in various content, which is what most people did choose. Slightly increased utility while maintaining original identity. And then equivalent to currently top tier costumes. Honestly, I highly disagree with that. They don't need to be that strong. They just need to be at least, with like the first choice, for example, saying, they need to be at least usable and like, let's say the tower climbing, right? You know what I mean? And even Fiend Hunter bosses, like, you know what I mean? That's where I can see them benefiting. And that's why I agreed with like the first choice. But they don't gotta be like every single one of them being meta. That's insane. I do not want any balance adjustments, people said. Well, those are a very small percentage, by the way. And then another a really small percentage was like ETC. But yeah, so like that's what I mean. The first choice was by far the best one. Just make them appropriately, buffed up to the point where they can actually do damage on the field against future enemies, right? And even future bosses. That's all they need to do. But yeah, so I don't know how you guys feel about that. Now this is all just feedback about it with like, you know, story-wise and thoughts on Brown Disc 2. Okay, guys. So I'm not really going to cover all this because you guys know more about this because I've covered this so much with the future plans and everything, right? However, I am going to, you know, talk about the Olivier thing now. I know this is like how I'm going to end the video, right? Okay, so if we scroll back up, correct? So, it's not really a long thing. This is just something that's set in stone now, really. So, the story improvements and directions with Going Home. Now, this was obviously the story that covered Olivier in her past, along with Hansen, rest in peace, and her past as to falling, becoming an apostle, and what led to all these events, right? So on March 12th, references to Olivier's husband will be removed from Going Home in Story Pack 18. Along with this change, the story effect of Going Home, the home screen background created for the event title, and the ID card will also be removed. If you purchase the ID card, the currency used for the purchase will be refunded. So in my opinion, guys, well, actually in truth, since this is an official thing now, you know, if you do have it, screenshot it, record it, because you ain't gonna see it no more. It's gonna be gone. Okay? So obviously I am gonna be saving it. I mean, the thing is, I have this story saved already on my YouTube channel. So like I can go back whenever. But like for anybody else that has this, you know, if you want to watch my video on YouTube, go ahead. It's there for you guys to, you know, enjoy it. Because I'm gonna be honest, Going Home still is by far one of my favorites in the game, along with Blades and Libertas. And I really did enjoy this. And it's a real shame that they're removing it entirely. And anything that has remotely to deal with it. You know? So like the home screen background. Basically the one where like Olivier, Hansen, and Rafithi are out on the field. And they're all smiling and everything. Like they're removing that one. I'm not sure how many more they're also going to be removing too. Because keep in mind, there were some other ones that were tied to this. And then the ID card too being removed. So yeah. And then as for the regards to Eclipse's Master, so after March 26th, Eclipse's Master setting and Celia's cookie scene will be revised. So you see how there's an empty, you know, bed there? That's where Eclipse's Master was. And now it's just no one. Right? So we are taking extra care to ensure that Yusti and Shada do not appear to have a relationship beyond that of normal companions while reworking Story Pack 1 to 19. I'm telling you, man. It's a real shame. Honestly, all those resources they could have used for something else, but they're doing this because of what happened. Since we mentioned adjustments related to the character pairings in our previous stream, we have received a wide range of feedback from players. Some have asked for all pairings to be clearly removed. It's so fucking ridiculous, man. While others have requested that the existing settings remain unchanged. We are reviewing all of these perspectives. With that said, I would like to clarify the development team's direction once again. No additional changes will be made beyond what has already been announced. So unlike gameplay improvements, which can be adjusted based on majority feedback, story and lore are not areas that can be easily revised once they have been updated. I can't believe this is something they said, considering that they're going to be doing it anyway, but like they go ahead and they say this. This is why I have an issue when it comes to the story with the devs on this. And not to mention, I have no idea why they listened to a very small group of people on this when there's an insane amount of people that say leave the story alone. Yes, the story wasn't the best when it compares to like what it could be, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't a story. Like there was actually a plot, there was actually build to it. It just wasn't done in a way I believe a lot of people's expectations felt it should have been. You know what I mean? That's why I always, and I'll still say it to this day, and I even said it on my survey before, that all they had to do was make an event story, right? And then just add it to the game. And so that event story, therefore, would be like background on this so-and-so character, what they did, what led up to their events, right? What led up to even like how they are currently in the game. Like that's all they had to do, you know? And like the examples I use is like, for example, like they could have added an event story covering Eclipse, her past. They could have like, went back in time. We could have seen a younger Eclipse growing up, meeting her master, right? What happened in the war, even, right? What her entire, part was in it. Like they could have done a lot of things with that, and that would have like honestly fleshed her out more so. And I'm gonna be honest, it probably would have even have shown like the relationship between her and her master, right? Like I'm just saying, like I'm just using that as an example though. But yeah, even Celia, like Celia's developments and becoming an apprentice to Eclipse, that could have been a story they could have used as an event. I mean, I'm shooting all these ideas out, right? Like there's so much more they could have done for example wise. I'm just saying. And then let me read the rest of this. So even so, we approach the story as something that could be improved, but in doing so, we ultimately disappointed many players rather than satisfying them. We also recognize that leaving room for further adjustments created ambiguity and led to unnecessary debate. While there may still be additions to hidden story elements or improvements to presentation, we won't pursue changes that alter the fundamental foundations of the setting. Going forward, we will strive to present content with clear direction and greater responsibility. Then why did you change the story if like literally so many people, were just saying just to leave it alone? I don't get it. I honestly don't, Okay, so that's what I want to really discuss at the end of all this. And I don't know, what are your thoughts on it for going forward with that? I mean, they say that they, listen to the feedback back and forth, but I really feel it's only one-sided when they keep saying that they're going to remove this and the story, they're going to change story packs 1 through 19. I really don't feel they listen then to the other side of it when it's a great majority saying don't change the story, just, leave it the way it is, and also the fact that, like, the darker part of the story, too, was something else that was brought up. So I don't think it's here though. I believe it was on a Reddit, in fact, because I was reading the subreddit. I believe it was on there. Or was it in the dev stream? Hold up, let me see if it was here. I read it somewhere. Okay. Well, basically what it was saying that, so in the story, like in the game, right? Hold up. I think it does say it here. Hold up. Give me a moment to read this. Oh no, it's not here. Where did I read this at? Okay. I read it. I think it was a post on Reddit that I read it on. But basically, and I do believe it was. I would have to find it though. Basically, what was being said was this. So there was this entire conversation stating like, what happened with the darker side of Brown Dust 2? Should it basically remain the way it is? Why? Because like I believe it was one of the devs said something about it was gonna be not toned down. What was the word they used? It was, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. The best way then I guess I could put is toned down. But they said that for the story, right? They knew that the story started off very dark, because like you had the death of Misha literally in the first story pack, right? And they knew that. They knew right off the bat that, like, a lot of the deaths in Brown Dust 2 was what really led to more of like plot turn and stuff like that. Meaning, that's where it really triggered, I guess, something happening, was a death. And one of the devs said that they're not going to do it as much. So like it means that they're not going to kill off like basically many characters in the game, right? And when they do, it'll be like, it'll have a purpose behind it. But they felt that, I guess, it was just so what's the word I'm looking for? it was so overused. That's the way. They felt like it was overused, and maybe there were like other users that felt that way about it. So they weren't going to do it like as much because it felt like that was the only way that any sort of like, I guess, interesting point was caused when somebody died, right? Now regarding that, you know, they said they're still going to maintain the dark story line for the game, right? But they're just not going to like kill people off left and right, basically, to have an interesting story then told. Does that make sense? So when I was reading that, I was like, okay, so the entire thing with Olivier then, right? See, the thing with Olivier is like her death had a purpose in it, a very big purpose, in fact, and that tied in with Justia, right? Especially Justia. So like that death, for example, I felt was very much needed for Olivier. Now I love Olivier just as much as anybody, but like her death, in my honest truth, was very well done for what it was. But the thing is, the devs listened to like I said, small group of people that didn't want her to die in the game, which were probably a lot of newer players that were introduced in the game, and they saw that. It could be, I don't know, but I really do feel that what happened with that. But yeah, so they didn't want her to die. Then the devs took back, because if you guys don't remember or recall, and I remember this detail, I'm saying this a long time ago, they said that they wouldn't change the direction of Olivier's death, period. They did say this. This was actually something that was stated. But they ended up changing it in the end, which was very disappointing. And honestly, yeah, I was very disappointed that the devs did that. Yeah, that was something they said, guys. That was a very long time. It was a detail that stood out to me most of all because, you know, I followed a lot of us, a lot of the veterans too as well, have followed the storyline, and that was something. I'm really sure they follow even the dev notes and what the devs said in the live streams. They said that they wouldn't do it, and they did it, right? So I don't know, but that's something I was remembering and recalling about a conversation on Reddit about it. I'm pretty sure I can find it again, but I'm not gonna make this video too long. But anyway, guys, that's all. That's what it's gonna do for the cover of the update. And yeah, I know that, I don't know, who knows? They might put the live stream back on for the English channel, for the English YouTube tubers on Brown Dust 2. But I don't know, because they didn't even re-upload the PV for Olivier when that was taken down. You mean the only way you can find the PV for Olivier is actually on their Twitter page still. You don't have to watch that in JP. It's actually in the English one. But yeah, as for the live stream, I don't know. Like, I don't believe they're gonna have it back up, which is really sad. Right? So let's go home, right? They ain't gonna have it on here, right? No, that's not it. May needs new clothes. Yeah, so yeah, it's not on here, guys. So yeah, so we're most likely not gonna get it back, but hopefully this helps you guys out with decisions being made. And like I said, I'm gonna post both the links, the JP one on Twitter, and hopefully it's still there by then because I didn't refresh this page. So hopefully this link works so you guys can watch it in case you want to see, you know, the actual uncensored, you know, skill cutscenes and everything. And I'll also post the dev notes as well in my description below. Okay, guys? So that being said, let's have a great one. And let's, you know, hope and pray with the story that, you know, things do work out and our voices are heard about, you know, the story not changing like that. But I don't know. I think it's a done deal at this point with it, with the direction. But yeah. So with that being said, guys, take care, stay safe and healthy, and I'll catch you all in the next Brown Dust 2 stream, or should say video. But I think that's all that was mentioned, right? I just want to make sure before I end the video, because, you know, don't want to have to remake another one. I believe that was it. Right? Oh, yeah. Other than this, so these are future plans. So one big thing that I know we're all excited for this is added new home screen wallpapers and additional home screen slots. So we are going to be getting more. Okay? That's all I wanted to say about that. So let's leave it off on a great note. Okay? So yeah, guys, we're going to be getting more slots to fill up for our, you know, degeneracy and our love for the Brown Dust 2 girls. Okay? That being said, guys, take care, stay safe and healthy, and I'll catch you all in the next. See you then.